Fem Talk Nation!
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to Fem Talk. Listen, I'm not going to delay this. As you can see, I am ready for the holidays. My hat won't stand up, but I'm going to bring the ladies of Fem Talk in the room. We've got Dr. Melissa Mimi Simmons.
Happy holidays, Fem Talk Nation.
Woo-hoo. And we have Shima Shishi Talks. And look at those glasses. I was laughing backstage because I saw her glasses.
Oh, okay.
Happy holidays. How festive. Did you make those yourself? Did you make your glasses
I did
yourself?
not. I just bought them last week. No.
Nice. So listen, we're going to get into...
It is hot in here.
Hot in here. Hot topic time. So if you haven't seen on the news or on your blogs or wherever you get your news from, Joe Biden has decided that he is going to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. He announced it on 12/2 that he will be pardoning his son from charges brought against him from January 1st, 2014, all the way through December 1st of 2024. And Hunter's sentencing was supposed to happen this month. So we have a statement from President Joe Biden. He said, "It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son." Keep that in your minds, ladies, but we're going to get back to that. And that's wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. Now, that is coming from our president. Just to remind everybody, Hunter Biden he's been convicted already, actually, and facing sentencing for gun charges and purchasing a gun while on drugs, and then also failure to file and evade his taxes. Mm-hmm. So now we want to know what you think about that, Dr. Melissa.
Congratulations, President Biden. I was, I like a lot of us, I followed the case. Mm-hmm. And let me say this. Are there a number of people that get wrongly convicted or are treated harshly, especially Black men? Mm-hmm. Let's just be honest. The justice system is not friendly to us. Mm-hmm. That being said, they were after him. This was motivated. The charges were the charges were valid in the sense that he did what he did, and he never discounted that. Yes, he did that. The testimony admitted, his own testimony, his own words were included in the prosecution's evidence. So it wasn't like nobody was trying to say he didn't do what he said he did. Okay. How he was sent, after the conviction came and what they wanted to do in terms of sentencing was extreme, and every legal person with good sense said the same thing. That being said, this is his opportunity. This is what pardons are for. Pardons are people that are already convicted of something, and you take that opportunity based on who the people are and give, and people are pardoned from it. I'm glad he pardoned his son. He was saying he wouldn't at first, but why not? You have the power to help your own child. What parent wouldn't do that? I think that's the piece that I totally understand. Is this favoritism? Yes. There's no denying of it, but I think in light of what's going to happen in a few more weeks, our incoming I still don't have a good word for it. Our incoming crowd.
It's president, no matter how you slice it.
For me, it's the incoming crowd that's coming in. Already said he's going to pardon all of the people convicted of doing heinous crimes on January 6th. He is going to pardon them in the first week of his term. So he said he's going to overturn and pardon many people. Anybody associated with him that voted for him that has things he was going to pardon. So it's going to be a circus in regards to pardon. So this one that I think is legit, go for it, Dad. Good for you.
Yeah. And listen, as a parent, I don't disagree with that, right? Like, definitely you have the power to do that. I hope that Hunter, I know that he said he's been 5.5 years sober. I hope that he has, in that 5.5 year time, completely turned his life around, right? Because the worst thing to do is pardon somebody who just continuously commits crimes, right? And we do know that the incoming president, right? And I know you don't like to say that word, but it's the truth, right? Has been convicted of multiple crimes himself.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
Right, has been convicted of crimes, and he's still able to be.
He's going to pardon himself. He's going to pardon himself.
Of course.
He's already said that.
Of course, he did. So when you talk about extreme favoritism, right? He's going to give that to himself. And listen, if Biden could do it for his son, as he should, I'm not even necessarily. I'm not against that, because he's doing the same thing that anybody else would do. Let's just put it that way. And you know that he's definitely going to do it, right? However, he's been convicted of 34 crimes, right? He had 34 convictions. So, I guess he will pardon himself from all 34.
Yeah.
But
the fact that he was able to even run for the presidency in that kind of a state, unfortunately, this legal system is twisted.
The laws are not set up to, evade a convicted felon from running for presidency, right? There's only 3, what do you call them? Rules, I guess you would say, right? For someone being president. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you are a convicted felon. So he is able to be president for that reason, which is disgraceful in and of itself. And it's something that they need to examine, right? When they start to look at who is running for office, and they need to change those rules. However, that's not what's happening now. So in 2020,
and it won't happen over the next 4 years.
Right. Well, he's not going to change it.
That's not going to change. He's not going to change it to the point where, all of these things, and this is President Biden's last opportunity to do his own good. And I applaud him, because what we're going to all experience over the next 4+ years, because what they're going to put in place will affect us for the rest of our lives. I'm convinced of that. and we won't recognize the country in 2 years, and probably in next decade, this country will be a totally different country. That being said, you know, I'm glad he did it. I really am. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So ask Fem Talk, everybody. You know that we love to get your burning questions out there. We want to hear from you. Get your questions in. If you need opinions and insights, we want to hear from you. And you can email femtalktv@gmail.com. So we have a question for tonight. All right. Our question for tonight is, I've been dating someone for about a month, and with the holidays coming around, I think I should get them a gift, but I don't know if I should get them something big and nice or something simple. All right. I'm going to start with this one, right? And I'm just going to say, listen, however the energy goes with you and this particular person, get them whatever you want to get them, right? If you
I like that.
and the energy is good, buy them whatever you want. Particularly if you hear them say something that they want or need, and it is within your ability to do so. I mean, why not, right? That's what this season is all about. It's all about gift giving. It's all about sharing. It's all about love. It's all about Jesus. Let's not forget that. However, if you're feeling it and if the energy is good, go ahead. And what do you have to lose? You should always give without the expectation of getting something back, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, ladies, what do you think?
I give whether I know you, whether we're dating, whether or not. It's probably a little more selfish for me because I get joy out of seeing you enjoy whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I going to buy your car? Probably not. But if you love your car, then I'll probably give you a accoutrement to go with your car. Something like that. Something I know is going to make you happy, or make you feel good, or something like you said. If you mentioned it, I'll probably oblige. I don't gauge it on, I've only known you for a week, or I don't think that's the part of giving that you should focus on.
Agreed.
Interesting. I'm on the side of, I agree, you should give a gift. But I am on the side of, listen to what the needs are, be attentive. I think that is an opportunity to take the relationship to another level, because you show you're in, I'm paying attention, I'm into you, that kind of thing. But I would limit it. I would not go over $100, or something like that. 100. I don't even know. I would go more than 100. I would limit it, because I think you also, it could also be, it could also work against you. Like, why is this person getting me a $300 gift? I'm not getting, you know what I'm saying? It puts something out there that could scare away somebody. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we jumping to that level? So I would I would think about it. I would pray about it. And I would definitely give them something they want. I think something personal would be nice, but I would temper it, because I think 1 month is just 1 month. And I think going over, above and beyond, I think can, kind of, some people run away from things like that, or start questioning, why did you do that? And that could put a wrinkle in the relationship that you're trying to build. And really, that was never your intent, if that's the case. So I think you need to temper how much. I think you need to be, be conservative, but nice. I think there is an opportunity, absolutely, but I don't think this is the $300-400 gift.
That's an interesting perspective to say. Yeah, to say that, they may take it the wrong way, because when it's only a month, let me put up my quotes, right? When it's only a month, right? The person may think, all right, they're trying to move things along too fast, or that's definitely an interesting perspective. But maybe when you give it, and not saying that it has to be, more than $100. I'm not saying that, but maybe when you give it to, you kind of explain that I'm not expecting anything from this. I just wanted to give. That's all. Maybe
I like that. I like that. If it is the spirit of giving, and this is the season, I think that's the spirit you give it in. I don't think you give it into to take the relationship somewhere different. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I think you just use it as the season it is. And let me say this: I remember when Lamont and I was dating, and 1 month into our dating, he gave me $100 bill, and I was like, "Who does that?" Now I was falling for him, so that for me was a sign. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that says something when you go over a certain amount. And that was 30 years ago. So $100 was like $500, $300. Right. So I was like, what the world? You love me? You know what I'm saying? So I think those are
and I think it's worth saying you guys were in college too, right? So
yeah. I was like, what? Where did you get the money from? All kinds of things came out of my head from that one. But we, thank God we were heading in that direction. Can you imagine if we weren't? I mean, this guy is crazy. Take that.
So note to the guys, $100 gets you 30 years.
Right. If you do 300, who knows what you might get?
Who knows what you get with the 3?
Which I do like the idea, like you said, to not put the pressure on. Maybe you should do like a collective gift. We go to a concert, so I buy both the tickets. Now, that could backfire because you may be taken to the concert. However, you hope that if you give tickets, you better be careful. If you give one ticket and say, I figure we'll go together, that'd be a great gift.
Yeah.
Tracy said, explain where, the thought process behind it. Yeah. That might be a great gift without so much pressure. Yeah. Because it's still date worthy.
I like that. I like that idea. Something that you could both participate in. That's not gonna, not gonna raise any flags. I guess that's the thing. Dating is already, kind of tippy-toeing for the first, I say, 6 months, right? So I think you temper, this season. I don't think you don't do anything. I think the opposite is also true. You just don't ignore it. If you're celebrating, if it's Christmas, if it's Kwanzaa, if it's Hanukkah, I think you participate because that's the right thing to do. So I think you be sensitive to that, but I don't think you don't do anything. I think that could that on the same side could backfire. That you didn't get me anything. I would be upset, to be quite honest. I said you could have got a $10 thing. You could have got me a Sephora gift card for $10. Come on. I love coffee, or get me a Starbucks thing. So I think the sentiment will go a long way just to say, hey, we're doing this together. But I don't think you don't do anything, because I think that then creates its own kind of, you remember that year you didn't give me nothing? You know what I'm saying? It kind of puts that there also, and that could scream other things. Well, wow, that person's cheap, or you know what I'm saying? I think you do something, but you temper what you do.
Yeah.
Well, can I poke the bear a little bit here?
Poke the bear, girl. Go ahead and poke him.
Well, what if the person tells you they don't celebrate this holiday?
Oh man,
that's a different story. And you respect that they don't celebrate it. I would ask the questions. Oh, why don't you celebrate? So what do you celebrate? So I would, to me, that leads more information, because some people don't. Some people feel like it's too hyped up, or we don't do this. I have various friends and family, and some do a lot for certain things, and some don't. Like some family members don't celebrate birthdays.
Right.
Don't make sense to me, but that's what some people do. So I think those kind of conversations should happen, so that you understand why somebody doesn't do that.
Yeah. And I think the why is really important, especially if you're a month in, right? And you're getting to know this person more and more as each day goes by. You want to know the why, because if Christmas is important to you, not necessarily for the gift giving, but because you believe in Jesus Christ, right? Like that makes a difference. And then you have to decide, well, do I want to continue with this person if their reason doesn't match up or line up with your beliefs, right? So it's
Absolutely.
important to ask the questions and have that open communication so that you can get to know that person even better. It's a great way to do so.
I love that poking the bear, because relationships, like you just said, Tracy and Shima, relationships about, you don't want this, you want to be in agreement with the person. You want to be the Bible says, to be of like precious faith, right?
Right.
You want to believe similar things, so that as you get deeper into your relationship, the differences don't cause major conflicts. Like,
Absolutely.
being of the same faith, being of the same, what if they say, well, I don't celebrate that because I'm a this.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm a this. So,
Right.
I think to that point, it opens up a door for
Mm-hmm.
discussion to happen. And you see, is this a viable relationship? Is this something I can move forward with? I can, my half of my family, they were not Seventh-day Adventists, they're Jehovah Witnesses. So they do not celebrate birthdays or holidays or stuff like that. That's a problem. That actually, and it's done for that reason, it separated the family a lot. And so we really, when we were younger, we grew up together, but then we didn't. So I think those are things that you do need to understand. And I think these, the holidays do open up opportunities for good discussion. I'll say
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to segue into our main topic for tonight, in the spirit of the holidays, gift giving, and everything that has to do with the holidays. Let's talk about those decorating ideas and hacks that you can use in order to just adorn your home, or wherever you are, your office, wherever you want to adorn, with decorations for the holidays, whichever one you celebrate, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about some decorating tips, themes, and hacks. I will say this because I was getting more into, I think I mentioned last week that for a few years now, especially being here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and traveling to New Jersey for Christmas, I was not decorating my house for Christmas, when I used to always do that, when I was in New Jersey. So I started this year, and I decided that I was going to just revamp everything and throw away all of the old decorations and start anew. So I found this beautiful place called At Home here in Charlotte, which has everything you can
Everything.
imagine. Do you have an At Home in Delaware?
Not yet. No, not in Delaware.
Uh-huh.
But I just travel either an hour north or an hour south, and I still get one.
Yes, yes. So, and I found that purchasing items before Thanksgiving, I got better prices than I would after Thanksgiving. So I bought most of the items that I wanted to use to decorate with before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. And the stores are almost forcing you to do that now. I know here in Delaware, Christmas was everywhere by Halloween. I was like, what is happening? And what last year I didn't want to, I said, I'm waiting. This is too early. And guess what? By the time I got to the stores, everything that I wanted was gone.
Yeah.
The prices, even though there was some discounts, the big discounts were not available, right? Until after Christmas, right?
Right.
So so this year I didn't do that. I went out. I got my October dates, and I went and bought all of my stuff that I wanted to get for the holidays. I went to, if it was in Hobby Lobby, it was Costco or everything, and they had everything. If you want to get what you want to get, if you're very specific, I think, Tracy, what you did was 100. Get out there before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have the pick of the litter too, right? Because everything is there. They've just put everything out, right? Like you said, end of October, everything goes out. You get ready for Christmas. because there's not really a whole lot of Thanksgiving decorations, right? So they're getting you ready for Christmas. So on Thanksgiving, when my beautiful family and my bestie, right, we're here, my house was decorated for Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that had to make it just that much more festive.
Yeah.
Right.
For the moment. So I think I love that idea. You know, the holidays is just beautiful.
It really does put you in the spirit. It makes you feel like it's coming anyway, but it's not the hurried rush thought of it's coming. It's like that almost anticipation of, all the wonderfulness it's coming. Mm-hmm. So it's already decorating. You wake up and you see it every day. So it's like, a few more days, a few more weeks, as opposed to a few more weeks.
Right.
It was good.
You just made a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You just made a good point. When you do it early, right? It takes the angst, right? The anxiety, after having to like, oh my God, I gotta rush and now get the house together. And it takes the anxiety out of it. And you can take your time and you can decorate the way that you want, and you can, just love your decorations a little bit longer. I know that I love Christmas lights. Yes. I'm a big Christmas light fan. So even before Thanksgiving, my neighborhood, they had Christmas lights up before Thanksgiving. But I love to sit under the tree. I could probably sleep under my tree every day with the Christmas lights on. I love Christmas lights. So I adorn and you'll see it. I'm not even going to tell you about it because we're going to share it. So I'm going to show, before we go to a quick commercial break, I'm going to show the outside of Dr. Melissa's house. We have a video here ready for you.
Yay.
Look at them.
Snowman. I love that. That looks so cute, Melissa.
And again, the going in October, seeing what I wanted, making a plan to come back and get it, and getting exactly what I wanted worked out so much better. The prior years, I'm still in the store in December and I couldn't find anything. So I think not a hack, but one of the big recommendations, go out. When you see your thing that you want, I did tell them, when you see what you want, get it. Don't wait for what, okay, let me come back in 2 weeks. When you see what you want, get it. Okay. And plan for it. I would also say this was things I had in my mind last year. Right. So my planning for Christmas happens the year before. So that the year before I plan what I want to do for the next Christmas, so that now I take advantage of the after Christmas sales. And now when the October sales start, I can get the remaining pieces. Do you see what I'm saying? And now you're getting best dollar, you're getting the best decorations for the best money that's out there. Now it gives you also that opportunity to, if something's happening during, throughout the year, for you to say, oh, look at, say you're doing red, and after Valentine's Day, they have a lot of red ribbon on sale. Now you can take advantage of, other holidays and things that go on sale, Valentine's Day, 4th of July stuff. You can get other things by planning your Christmas the year before.
Yeah, I love it.
And a lot of stuff is over right now. And that's crazy because it's still 3 more weeks out. But something you saw 2 weeks ago, you know how people are. They open the boxes. It's damaged, all that great stuff. I'm so glad I have my inflatable tree that I anchored to the porch already. Just flip the switch.
I love it.
Nice. Very nice. So you have to share in the coming weeks videos of your porch.
Absolutely.
All decorated and ready.
Yay.
Yes. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we are going to come back and talk more about this holiday season. All right, all right. Yes, so let's talk about holiday shopping. Ooh,
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. I'm finished.
What you say? Don't be
You're
mad.
done? All right. I love that.
And I think today I was just looking at one small thing, and then literally everybody is done. My list is check and check and check. I am so happy. I start in September, and my common thing is a signature gift.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I was so happy to find it that all of my girlfriends are getting something. All of my heart.
So you can't tell it.
Yes, I had to catch myself. I get excited.
Mm-hmm.
But starting early does it for me.
Yeah.
Now, I used to start early and then keep spending. So I've gotten way better at knowing, okay, you're done. This is your limit, or if it's a monetary limit, or if it's the number of gifts. I'm good at that limit. But starting early, like you said, Tracy, takes the angst out of it. It takes the rush out of it. Now, when you wait till the week before Christmas to wrap everything, there's the angst back again.
Yeah. That's the fun part, though. Put on music.
Ooh.
The night before. I mean, I'm done. I'm with Shima. The night before Christmas Eve, up until 5 o'clock in the morning, wrapping it. I'm done. I'm done with that.
Annoyed by then. Yes.
Oh, see, I like to put on Christmas music or put on Christmas. I've been watching Christmas movies for a few weeks.
Yeah, I've started that too.
But I love to put on the Christmas music and just rap and have me a glass of kombucha or some tea.
Kombucha.
Or some
Eggnog. Eggnog.
I don't like eggnog.
Me neither, but it's something. Coquito. Have a glass of
coquito. Yes. You spice up the eggnog. I'll take that for sure.
So coquito. Yeah. That's what one thing I don't do well is shopping before the holiday. Shopping, before Thanksgiving. So, but I will say I did learn, and I got some of them, and I tested it out. Black Friday, you will get sales that do not exist any other day of the year.
Absolutely.
I have compared so many different costs from other holidays and Black Friday, even Cyber Monday. If you have something and it's on and you find it on Black Friday, get it and get it early.
That's
because things do run out. Yeah. But the pricing that they do have for Black Friday is the best. By far. By far.
And some places started Black Friday early. So it wasn't just on Black Friday. Black Friday sales were happening a few days earlier than Black Friday. I know
some a week, some a week earlier.
Yeah. I know that Amazon definitely started Black Friday deals earlier. So if you're an Amazon shopper, you should have caught those deals. Hopefully you did catch those deals.
Well, I'm a Home Depot girl, and I don't know, and not even to shop, but it seems like I need something all the time for my house or somewhere around here. And I always run into something, those add-on gifts, those additional buys, and their Black Friday little add-on gifts are always super cute, and they're always gadget worthy. Because you guys know I love a good gadget.
Love a gadget.
And that's what I always seem to find one or two things out of those rows. And like you said, Mimi, they are really priced right. Like really, I watched this man buy 5 drones. Very, very basic, nice, sturdy drones. And I said to him, well, he said, they had these last year. And I was like, you're buying them again? He said, yeah, different people. I bought like 4 last year, so I'm getting 5 this year. And he was super excited.
So excited because the pricing is so good on Black Friday. I mean, but you have to have a plan. Yeah. What time you're getting up, where you're going. If you're doing online, okay, what time you going online? What time are you getting everything? I did make a big boo-boo. I had company over, and it was my decorating day. Black Friday, I decorate, right? So I'm decorating, forgot the items I put into my cart.
No.
And here I am after midnight going, oh my God. And literally pricing had gone up already.
Everything was
gone. Oh no.
Literally gone up. They were still, Cyber Monday had come around, so I still had some discounts. Right. But again, the discount that you get on Black Friday is just the best. So
yeah,
don't sleep on Black Friday, people.
Yeah.
Now,
what do you think about this?
Get in line, then all power to you. But.
Yeah, right. What do you think about this though? For people that you're not going to see on Christmas, will you shop after Christmas to get the deals for the prices that go down after Christmas is over?
I don't like it.
I was going to say, I don't like it. What's the purpose at that point?
Yeah.
I feel like, what are we trying to do?
Yeah.
If there's a different kind of a party after, the holidays, like, some people do after things, maybe something like that,
right.
But look, you get all your gifts. I like to have all my gifts done, wrapped under the tree. And if I see you, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, lights out. Lights out.
You said, oh, okay.
Did we pay that bill yet? No.
That's lighting. That's wonderful.
Giving you some ambiance over there.
Yes.
The ambiance. But yeah, I think it's something that I like to sit it under the tree. I'd rather sit it under the tree and wait for the person.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It keeps me anticipated. And like I'm still excited. It's Christmas, even if it's the 26th. And I still got 4 gifts. I'm still excited because I feel like I prepared for the reaction or prepared for their excitement. And I'm still gonna get it. I don't like that after Christmas business.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I just wanted to know what you thought there. I like to just get it all out of the way because then it's like, oh gosh, you have to go back out again.
Right.
Let's just get everybody all at one time. Let's wrap all at one time. I used to, don't do this now, right? But I was in my house wrapping on like the day after Thanksgiving. But, I usually like to just get it all, wrap it all on. I usually did Christmas Eve and then, be able to give everybody things on Christmas Day. Yeah.
And what I do, like to that point, and I always buy, and this is another one, talk about a holiday hack. So I try to get everything obviously before the holidays, before Christmas. Now, one of the stores that is really good to go to a few days, even Christmas Eve day, is Old Navy. They now are putting all of their socks, their gloves, their hats, their pajamas on sale. And I love to get always extra stuff of that. And I'm telling you, $1, $2, $5, because you don't know who may show up that you don't have a gift for.
Right.
So now you have this bag of hats and gloves and little things that you can now quickly put in a gift bag and say Merry Christmas, because you don't know who's showing up. So that's another hack I've learned. It's a great idea because they didn't expect anything. They just showed up, right? And little kids and even, big kids, they love to say, oh, for me. So that's another hack, on those days, if you run out and you get those little, T-shirts for $2, $5, those are great things to get right up to the day, so that you can do that and have a few gifts on the side, unassigned to anybody, so that if they come in your house, you can go, happy holidays.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. So how do you shop for your family and friends? What do you do? Like, how do you get your gift ideas?
Most I know you have so many ideas.
I know. I just listen throughout the year. I think about what I've seen, what they've worn lately, or some things just I'm out and I'm online and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, that looks like so and so, or that looks like my mom would wear that or love that. And then for me, I like to get ingenious, like, because you get to a certain age, like my mom's 84, so I've bought her almost everything there is to ever buy a pair.
Yeah.
So her pastimes are what makes most of my gifts now. She's a bingo player, and at one time, like during COVID, they were doing Cash App bingo. So I
Mm.
figure this thing out. So, I put the creative juices together and created Cash App bingo gift cards. And then I gave fake codes, created fake codes, put it on the stickers, on the tickets and everything, and I printed them on business cards. So in her envelope was all these coupons for Cash App. So when she was ready to play and she was like, "Oh, I think I need $20 in Cash App." Now that meant she had to be ready to Cash App her on a
Right.
but I had already planned for that. So she was like, "How do I get my Cash App money?" And I was like, "As soon as you tell me you're ready, or whenever you go to real bingo, I bingo money all the time."
I love that.
I love fun gifts like that.
Yeah.
I used to do my stepdad the same way. I used to make them. I made him my stepdad. Oh, look at me. My stepdad and my mom do like what is it called? It's not oh, let's make a deal. We played
Oh.
deal one Christmas, and you had to pick which gift you wanted. They usually end up getting both, but it was the fun part about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I go all over the place. Like
I
right
love it.
now.
But you're so attentive to people. I think that's also a big thing, that you're listening. You say you're listening all year long. I love that idea.
Yeah.
We usually take themes. Like over the years, we've done themes. Like this year, said like let's do electronics, or one year let's do sports, or another year. This year we do grab bags. So we're doing another grab bag. So everybody picks a name. We have a decent price limit, so you can do kind of what you want for that person. But what I like about that is now me, which is usually everybody's always buying everybody one gift. Now you can just concentrate on getting one person a bunch of gifts, or one big gift,
Right.
which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And we kind of did that this year because part of what we want to do is do a family vacation. So we want to not spend so much money on the holidays, and then focus some of that money on vacation time.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what we're doing this year. But every year we've had themes based on, whatever feels like this would be a great idea for all of us. So similar to what you're saying, Shima, like listen now, like, okay, everybody seems like they want that everybody wants clothes this year. Okay, everybody gets clothes. Give us your top 3 ideas for clothes.
Right.
One year, one of the things I am thinking of is doing Broadway tickets. And thinking about doing an excursion, because that's another thing, because my children said they want experiences, and I like that. After a while, I mean, how many things can you get a person, right?
Yeah.
And we all want for nothing. So getting us another T-shirt or sweater, what is that going to do? But having that memory of all of us going to see whatever,
Right.
I think is a great idea. And speaking of whatever, Wicked, I don't know about Wicked. Hello, Wicked.
We're going to talk about Wicked next week, everyone. So make sure that you tune
Whoa!
Power.
Let's talk about it.
Don't give it away, Dr. Melissa. Don't give it away.
I know. Did you go see it though? Y'all didn't see it yet?
No, we haven't seen it yet.
Look, we got to talk about it next week. So y'all are under the gun. Go see Wicked
this week,
because we have got to talk about the thing.
Yes.
That's some Broadway tickets. Anybody, go and get them, because I think you would appreciate watching it on Broadway and then going to the theater and watching it this way.
Yeah.
So did you see it on Broadway?
Yes. I saw Wicked on Broadway
more than once.
Okay.
It is phenomenal. It is. I was blown away. She's like 3 times. I would definitely go back at any point to go see Wicked again. One of the best, and I've seen a handful of Broadway shows. Top number 1.
Yeah.
All right. So now the next time that I come to New Jersey, I'm gonna have to get tickets for Wicked.
Wicked. Number 1. Yeah. So I mean, but what a great idea, right? Going out and getting Broadway tickets to a Wicked or Lion King or something that you don't often see. I've been getting these. I'm on a list for Broadway tickets, and 50% off if you want to go see Aladdin, another great Broadway show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a great theme to give people if that's what your kids like. You know, not just Broadway tickets, comedy shows, sports events. My family loves. I gave one year Lamont football tickets to go see the Steelers. He loves the Steelers, so I bought some tickets for him to go watch the game. I think those are some of the things you can think of and kind of be out the box, because experiences, they last for a lifetime, right? Those memories.
Yeah, for my birthday, I received 4 visits to the red laser therapy clinic.
Oh.
Yes, so strange. I never would have thought of receiving it. I probably would have thought of giving it, especially after you remember we Fem Talk, we all went to a spa, all of us ladies.
Right.
We spent a lot of time in that room. It's not hot. It is a sauna, but it has so many health properties that you would not believe. And I was giving it for my birthday, and I had 4 visits, and you're
gonna take
advantage of that. And that's a great idea to give people gifts to like a Medi Spa. I just actually joined a Medi Spa. I actually had my IV drip yesterday.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. I joined the Medi Spa, and it's wonderful. It is wonderful. And you just start to, give your body what it needs, right? The vitamins and nutrients that you need. You get through a drip. When you get it through a drip, it's going right into your bloodstream.
Right into your bloodstream.
That's
the newest thing too.
Idea.
IV intravenous vitamins. Another thing that if somebody likes it or will be willing to participate, that's a great gift. I think I like it's kind of going with your theme, Shima, being creative, not doing the same. Let's go with a sweater, but thinking like, what can I do that's a little different that somebody would enjoy? Obviously, we could always do gift certificates to nail salons and all that kind of stuff. But I like that kind of taking it to the next level type of thing.
When you do something like that, be a little more creative. Allow somebody to get a pedicure, but get some reflexology, right? To help de-stress them from the bottom up, right? Because when you start to do things to your feet, it makes a difference, right? So, get creative with it and do something a little bit different. I wanted to show our other videos too before we go into our next conversation. And this was about the decorating part of it, but we just want to share what we've done to our home. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm not done yet.
Oh, how beautiful. Is that white? Is that all white? It's a fully white tree?
It's a frosted tree.
Oh, and the decorations are what color?
They're green and silver and white.
Yeah.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
And then, of course, I have my child on there for some of the things that he's made in the past, right? When he was younger, I have to keep those, my keepsakes.
Your keepsakes. I love a keepsake.
So that
very pretty.
That Winter Wonderland picture, it also lights up. So, like as I told you, I love lights, right? So I have the Winter Wonderland picture that lights up.
I love it. I love it.
It's gadget. It has like a flip on the button and it starts sparkling.
Yeah, it just sparkles. So, when you want, and what I like to do with Christmas, why I love lights too, is because it's peaceful, right? Yeah. So when you want to wind down, things like that you adorn your house with, that you love to look at, it just helps to de-stress you, after a day of working or, whatever it is, whatever you're going through for that day, you come in and you see the lights and you see the decorations and you just feel good about being home, and your home should be your peaceful place. So if decorations do that for you, adorn your home.
I love it. I mean, and I keep mine on 24/7. So during the day, at night, it's my night light. Like you said, I feel good all day long just looking at them. At night, I love when it's like everybody's sleeping and I wake up and I see it. It just gives me joy. Like you said, it's just a moment that you're able to take in. And the earlier you do it, you get 30 days at least, just all of the lights, and why not?
When we were younger, we
I don't think I'm
so often, in the daytime. And last year, I think was the first year, I just let it run all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I come home, it's on. I leave in the morning, it's on. And it just, like you said, Tracy, it makes you feel good. It
Yeah.
makes you feel like it was welcoming. It
Yeah.
was welcoming.
Warm and fuzzies.
Yeah. The lights on the banister, I don't think I'm gonna take them off. I think they're gonna be there all year round. Yeah, they're gonna stay.
You know what, too, I thought about, especially with you two, like when you think about a gift and what people would like to do or do anyway, Melissa, you are an avid cook. So you're a creative cook. Tracy is a new cook, and she's learning the basics and all, the tips and tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Give a cook class, a cooking.
That's
If you
so
look up some of
good.
the cooking classes now,
yeah, that's
they
so
are
good.
so much fun. They are immersed in music. They infuse music. They infuse all kind of fun and dating. If that's for the single person, there's dating, and for the married person, there's couples.
Well, married people can take themselves on a date too.
Right. But yeah, I was like, oh, but then you meet people because you don't meet people. Don't do it. Don't say Shima told you at the cooking class.
No, you need that. That's a great excursion for a
And
couple to learn to cook together.
Yeah.
But I love that idea, cooking classes. You know somebody who likes to cook, a pair of good knives. Those kind of things. Like, what I'm saying? There's so, like you said, there's so many creative things. Hey, say somebody who doesn't have time to cook. Maybe a subscription to HelloFresh.
Yeah.
Blue Apron. All of those kind of opportunities. I think it's just being creative. Look at that. It's nothing like a good knife.
Love that. Yeah.
Home Depot. You would have never thought. I walked past the aisle. There it was. That's a wonderful gift.
Love it.
And it has covers.
Yep.
That was one of the best gifts that I got a year previous. Yeah. And then, when you all came, I had a knife for the turkey, right? But I got a real knife set, right? With some really sharp knives.
Because it is. You ever try to cut a turkey with a bad knife? It just don't work.
Right.
It crumbles.
It does.
But somebody learn how to cook, a good set of knife is like gold.
Before we end, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to show Dr. Melissa's home as well.
Inside.
Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, I love how you, and look at Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus,
you have a tree there as well. I love it.
Yes, we had so many. Lamont said we have so many pieces of decorations. Let's do a third tree. This is tree number 3.
I love it.
We have 3 trees in the house.
I love it.
It looks like a store.
I love it. Decor. That's my black Santas. I'll do one on them just one day with doors get decorated. Yes.
I love it.
Kitchen gets decorated. That's the theme. Snowman seems to be a theme this year.
Yes.
My snowman.
Oh, I love it.
Super cute.
It is.
Very good.
Snowmen everywhere.
All right, Mrs. Santa, will you get that hot jumpsuit?
I know.
Ain't she cute?
Santa.
If I decorate the house, she got to get decorated too.
I love it. Oh, look at the fireplace.
Wow, look at that.
So I'm looking for mantle garland, and I have to decorate my little foyer area table.
So the mantle, and you could be so creative with decorating your mantles, and I got some of that stuff from the dollar store. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everything is not expensive that I buy. Like I said, I've already had that plan a year ago for the black and white tree. How to do that with all the balls that it took. Remember last week I showed you how to do it with the wire.
Yeah.
And you attach all the balls, so that was already planned out. So I
love how that turned out.
Huh?
I love how that turned out.
Yeah. It's so pretty, so easy.
Yeah.
Easier than you think it is. And everybody, it was, it was just 1, 2, 3. But one of the things that we do, as you see, there's a lot of decoration. So everybody that stayed over for Thanksgiving, guess what? Now I feed you. Now you decorate, and that has been the best
all
idea.
Hands on deck.
Yeah, all hands on deck. Because I used to do it by myself way too long.
Yeah,
it takes so much work.
Yeah.
So this is. I was able to in 2 days do the whole house. Nice. And like you, Tracy, don't be scared to remove art off a wall and change it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your rooms are changeable. Don't be so locked in. You know, I redid. I didn't show. I'll show you that next time. I'll go on my Instagram or go on my TikTok, and you'll see I redid my guest room and my bathroom. Be creative, be fun. Everything can change. You know, if it got a hook, you could always take a picture off the hook and put something else on. Let it be, let everything reflect the holidays. So
yes. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I love it.
Sweater.
I love it.
I love it.
All right, everyone. We love you. We love you out there. We thank you for joining us here on Fem Talk. Make sure that you come back next week. We will be here Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. We will see you then.